One of the greatest things and rewards about being a leader is really empowering and mentoring others. And as our careers evolve and progress, it seems like a natural course of development to share and guide others professionally and personally. Many large companies, they have specific mentoring programs, but as a small company, we mentor and empower and provide guidance every single day. And it's not even about age, even though I have embraced the mama bear persona in my office. It's really about connection and openness and sharing and accepting knowledge. It's having the confidence in yourself to be vulnerable and authentic with others. And at the core, it's really about modeling what your truths are and sharing those with the folks on your team. And I need a third arm. I was fortunate to have two mentors that really significantly impacted my life and changed the trajectory of my life. And the first one was my mom. Whenever I say that, I always get like a little bumped. She is an incredible person. She is highly focused. She was a powerhouse in our small community. I learned from her how to work hard, but more importantly, I learned how to be a compassionate leader. She modeled that behavior for me. From a time when I was literally in a playpen in our shop, and she extended herself to others, whether that was just making someone a better designer, or bringing holiday gifts to a part-time employee that was struggling, or even just showing up for a friend who needed a friend. She paid attention, she was present, and she taught with kindness. She was the person that we all want to be. She's the person that I want to be. The other person was the founder of Eadeh Enterprises, and although we are currently owned by all women and run by all women, and the women are the boss of everybody in our office, and that's the truth, and you can ask any of the guys in there. Ernest Eadeh was my mentor, and he really started Eadeh Enterprises, but he also had two daughters, so he really embraced women as being empowered, and he never thought there was anything that I couldn't do or another woman in the office couldn't do. Didn't matter that you were a chick, you could still drive a dump truck. So he was brilliant, he was generous with his time and very successful. He taught me how to share knowledge, and he taught me that listening was so important. Not listening and thinking about what you're going to say next, or listening and thinking how you can relate that to something else, but like genuinely listening to what other people are saying to you, hearing them, seeing them, and how important that was. And from that, my objective has always been to understand and pay attention to what my team's needs are, what their strengths are, and what their challenges are, and how can I make them better and be better and feel better about what they're doing. So here's some strategies to becoming a better mentor and empowering yourself and your team. First and foremost, invest in your own growth. Consider hiring a business coach. Considering assembling your own personal board of directors. And these are those folks that you lean on. They reflect with you. They keep you accountable so that you can be the best you for your team. They're the ones that hold no punches. They tell you when you're full of shit. Okay. All right, so when it comes to empowering your team, you start by setting goals, you have brainstorming ideas, you're creating an action plan, you're doing all of those things with objectives and deadlines. And then this is the crucial part. Get out of their way. Get out of their way and let them do what they need to do. They're going to make mistakes. Mistakes are okay. It is a learning tool. So you're there as a guide and an advisor, not a micromanager. And it's really hard sometimes to step back and not want to jump in and fix something. So the other is provide necessary tools for your team. That could be education, it could be seminars, equipment, budget, other resources. Let them achieve their goals with these extras that make it better for them. And remember and remind yourself that your way, my way, isn't always the best way or the only way. And so sometimes being open to learning from your team makes a huge difference. Networking is another key aspect of effective mentorship. And what I mean by that is introducing your team or your mentee to others that have strengths in the field that you might not have strengths in, or maybe just have a different perspective from. They have different skills, they have different interests and experiences. That's huge in helping those folks just see something that's not the same old that you have in your office. You know what, we're not an expert at everything, so get other people in to help those. Expanding their network will provide a diverse, enriching perspective that they bring back to your office. And make celebration a big part of your culture. Acknowledge accomplishments and celebrate the successes. And when you listen, I get a ton of credit for all the stuff that my ladies do, and I always turn around and say, it's really not me. So acknowledge that person who really deserves the credit. It's great to say, yes, we have a great team, and it's nice to say thank you, but really acknowledge that those others are the ones that are doing it. Lifts them up, which is incredible. And you know, I'm not advocating giving a trophy to everybody that does something. Woo, you did your socks in your hamper. I'm talking about like actually, that's what it's saying in our office, socks in the hamper. So that's actually something that's super important to me, is acknowledging that, you know, the team that we have and everybody. We had an incredible interns this year, and they just did amazing work, and people were like, wow, your posts are so great. I'm like, I did none of that. It's these amazing folks that did. And of course, not everything goes according to plan. So when things go off track and you just kind of feel like it's off the rails, it's okay. You know, you just kind of have to take a deep breath, and you have to understand, and you can evaluate, and you can certainly look at where things can get better and provide that as a learning tool. You know, mistakes are okay. Keep making mistakes over and over again, that's a different problem. But showing resilience and giving examples of your own resilience, I think is crucial, especially in younger team members, and showing them that, you know, life is not what is on Facebook and Instagram. Life is not perfect, and you can bounce back from things. So lastly, I would say prioritize authenticity. Let your team members know who you are, including your own beliefs and your values. Make these personal. The company values can be integral in your work experience. You know, companies have different charities that they love to sponsor. Maybe ask your team members, what do they love? What's important to their heart? And then create some sort of a team building or reach out service to that sort of company as well. And find your favorite organizations and just support them. And that can be a team building exercise. So consider mentoring and empowering your team as a good business practice. It's how you can strengthen and secure the future of your company and contribute to a broader business community by developing our young, growing leaders. But remember, your responsibility does extend beyond just the company. You have a duty to cultivate leadership with your families, within our youth, and throughout our communities. And it's this rippling effect that's going to make our leadership, our future generations, our future business leaders, our future women, better people in our community. It ensures confidence, happiness, and really, you know, we can't do enough to promote collaboration, obviously, and we can be that example to the people in our community and our company. So thank you.